water on Earth today already existed 4.5 billion years ago when the Earth first appeared. We haven't had a drop added since. So where does rain come from? All the Earth's water travels in what is known as the water cycle. You can see something like the water cycle in your own kitchen. The television crew is not necessary, perhaps not even helpful, for this experiment. The sun's heat, like this gas burner, evaporates the water in the oceans. The water vapor travels across the land until it's cooled by a mountain or a cold front. This mirror works like cold air, condensing the water vapor. It falls as rain or snow or hail, drains into the rivers and streams, where, a few days later, it's brought back to the oceans. Here's another view of the water cycle. Water travels from oceans to atmosphere, to clouds to rain, to rivers and streams, and back to the ocean. So though rain falls from the sky, that's not where it started. The raindrops that fall on your head may have been around the world many times before they got there.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about the water cycle. First off, we show you a nice big satellite picture of the Earth, and what you'll notice is that you're looking a lot more blue than brown. The blue, of course, being water. About 2/3 of the Earth is water, and fortunately, we get some of that transferring onto the land, so we have plants, and so we can live, so we don't live in a desert. The clouds that you see on the satellite picture, that's basically just some of that water from our oceans evaporating and kind of floating around in the atmosphere. It does not go out into space. It comes back over the land, and that is accomplished with the water cycle. So here's what we're looking at. The water from any kind of mass of water, whether it's a lake or a river or an ocean, evaporates into clouds, works its way over the land. When it's full, you can think of it kind of like a sponge. When that sponge has all the water it can hold, it's saturated, so the cloud will be saturated. Squeeze that sponge out and we get rain or we get snow, and some of that will be soaked up by the land. Some of it will run right back out into your ocean or your pond or maybe your local lake. So that's just basically how it works. A real good example of this is lake effect snow, as we have the Great Lakes, say Lake Erie here. We get the air blowing across the lake. First we get steam fog, and then some clouds. As those clouds become saturated, next thing you know, we have a little bit of snow out there, and that's just one example of the water cycle. How about this week? Well, a satellite picture will show us a lot of clouds out there. The moisture here coming from the Gulf of Mexico and the Pacific, all of that going into a storm system that will transfer the water in the form of rain, ice, and snow. So basically, anytime you see a storm out there, you're just seeing the water cycle in motion.